In Google's engineering department, there was one role that people didn't really appreciate. Google is a company built by engineers for engineers. And these engineers were very skeptical about the value of management. So to test if the company really needed engineering managers, it conducted a job analysis to see what value these managers brought to the company, assuming they added any value at all. As part of this job analysis, employee survey data was analyzed, interviews were conducted, and performance reviews were reviewed. It turned out that managers were indeed important for the company and not just to approve expense reports. Great managers developed and motivated their direct reports, communicated the strategy, helped employees prioritize projects, facilitated collaboration, aligned processes with company goals, and eliminated roadblocks for their team. Based on this data, Google was able to identify 8 behaviors shared by high-performing managers. Now, this information had a huge impact. Not only was Google able to prove that great managers made the company more successful, but using these 8 behaviors, the people team at Google was able to better select future managers, and it was able to train low-scoring managers in the behaviors that were key to being successful. This is a great example of how a job analysis can be used to make a tangible impact on the results of the company. Hi, my name is Erik van Vulpen, and in this HR deep dive you will learn what a job analysis is, the common techniques to conduct a job analysis, and how the job analysis is changing. All of this will help you make better people decisions and help drive results for your organization. So let's dive in. But before we do, smash that like button, subscribe, and activate the notification bell. So what is a job analysis and what is it used for? Job analysis is the process of gathering, examining, and interpreting information about the content, context, and human requirements of a job. It essentially examines what makes up the job and what are the outcomes of the job. Once a job analysis has been conducted, it impacts various aspects of human resource management. It can be used to create job descriptions, develop a more effective selection process, create more equitable compensation by understanding what the job is really about, and it can be used to define performance outcomes for a role. It can also be used to implement training and development programs. At Google, for example, they developed a feedback tool that allowed team members to rate their manager on the 8 behaviors that define managerial success. Google had a culture of excellence, so low-scoring managers were usually quite ashamed of their score and were very motivated to improve their performance. So what's HR's role in the job analysis? The HR professional or the organizational development team, also known as OD, runs the job analysis process. OD is often a subset of the HR department. The HR or OD professional running the job analysis is both the orchestrator and the analyst. They choose the job analysis method and gather details about the job tasks, skills, and conditions. In this process, they work together with the employees who are doing the job and with the manager who is often involved in the data collection. This data is then analyzed to create a precise job description which shapes things like recruitment, training, compensation, and performance management strategies. This means that the job analysis is the basis of almost everything we do in HR. Now that you know the importance of the job analysis, let's dive into its 4 main components. First, what you're doing in the job. These are the job tasks. Second, what you need to do the job. These are the required knowledge, skills, abilities, and other characteristics, also known as KSAOs. The conditions in which you'll do the job. These are your working conditions. And 4, what makes you successful in the job. These are the performance criteria. Understanding these 4 components will help you run a faster job analysis. Let's dive into each of these. But before I do, I have a favor to ask you. 83% of the people watching our videos have not yet subscribed to our channel. If you're still watching, you are clearly interested in HR, so do me a favor and subscribe to our channel. Back to the 4 components of the job analysis. The first one being job tasks. Job tasks are the specific day-to-day activities and responsibilities that make up the job. Examples of job tasks for Google's engineering managers may include coaching, leading team meetings, managing a budget, and supporting career development. Next, we have KSAOs, which stands for Knowledge, Skills, Abilities, and Other Characteristics. These are the attributes an employee needs to be successful in their role. Knowledge refers to the information and expertise needed, while skills are the competencies an employee must have for specific job tasks. Abilities are talents like empathy, numerical and analytical abilities, and creativity. The last category, other characteristics, includes other work-related attributes that contribute to job performance, like culture fit, work values, leadership potential, or resilience. The third component, working conditions, encompasses the physical, social, and psychological aspects of a role, including office setup, hazards, travel, and teamwork expectations. These conditions can affect employee satisfaction, performance, and safety. Last, performance criteria are the standards used to evaluate an employee's success in the job role. As roles are constantly changing, performance criteria become an increasingly important part of the job analysis. These criteria inform performance appraisal, promotion decisions, succession planning, and other employee decisions. It's important to establish clear, measurable, and achievable performance criteria together with the people in the role to ensure fair evaluation and support employee growth. By incorporating these 4 components into your job analysis, you'll be well equipped to create a comprehensive and accurate representation of any job role, setting the stage for effective talent management strategies. Now, before we examine how job analysis will change in the future, let's look at the techniques used to conduct a job analysis. The most common job analysis technique is a combination of interviews and observations. Interviews involve speaking with people doing the job, supervisors or other experts, to gather insights on the job tasks, KSAOs, and other elements. Observations involve observing the worker over a couple of days to get a better understanding of their work. This is often done by HR or the direct manager as they work alongside the employee. For a very thorough analysis, you can also use questionnaires, which help you collect data in a more structured way. An example is the Position Analysis Questionnaire, or PAQ, where people working in the role fill out the tasks, managerial duties, and required KSAOs for the role. Alternatively, you can ask employees to keep a job diary where they self-report their tasks and their activities. Job analysis is one of those techniques that has been around for over 100 years. It can be traced back to the scientific management movement in the early 20th century. At that time, millions of untrained people were moving from farms to urban centers with little experience working in large organizations. Back then, people became the job, meaning that they needed to change and adapt themselves to do the job as efficiently as possible. Today, the workplace is dominated by service workers who bring their authentic selves to work. Instead of people becoming the job is now becoming the person doing it. Take the engineering managers at Google. You can be an introverted manager who is very successful in connecting with people one-on-one, or you may be very extroverted and inspirational and be very good at motivating the team in daily stand-ups or team meetings. Both managers may be great at motivating others, but their style is completely different. So this is how the person shapes the job. This means that the modern job analysis will be less prescriptive, as there's more freedom for the employee to give their own interpretation to their role. That's why the job analysis will focus on performance criteria and not so much on rigid task definitions and detailed job descriptions. Another change in modern job analysis is the focus on transferable skills. As individual tasks may be automated or replaced by AI, the transferable skills necessary to achieve the outcomes of the job become more important. Transferable skills are the abilities that are valuable across roles. They can include critical thinking, leadership, communication, and adaptability. These become key in adapting and excelling in the job, even when the tasks of the job change. That's why the modern job analysis emphasizes job outcomes and transferable skills. So today you've learned that job analysis is still a critical part of the HR professional's toolbox, as it helps organizations create accurate job descriptions, develop effective talent management strategies, and adapt to the ever-changing world of work. By understanding its importance, components, techniques, and how it is developing, you'll be better equipped to conduct a successful job analysis that sets the stage for a thriving workforce. Now, if you want to learn more about the job analysis, check out our Talent Management Certificate program or our Organizational Development Certificate program, where you'll learn a lot more about this and related topics. The links are in the video description. Now, before you go, smash that like button if you haven't already, subscribe, and activate the notification bell to stay up to date. And if you thought this one was interesting, check out some of our other HR deep dives. I'll see you in the next one.